How's it going, super friends? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Brad, the DC Universe Geek. For those of you who may not know, today I present to you my review of the Batwoman and Killer Moth from Spin Masters DC, the Caped Crusader action figure line. For the packaging, we know exactly what it looks like because it's exactly the same with every single one, except for you have the name of the character on the bottom. Front, top, side, other side, and back, where it's actually a bit more interesting. For both of these, there's that digital image of what the figure's supposed to look like. I think it's kind of funny that with Killer Moth here, they've included what would have been stamped on the inside of his leg, like all the trademarking stuff. But this is not a real figure, it's just a digital image of the figure. Which one should we open up first? Batwoman, let's do her first. Alright, gotta cut all the tape. Wah! And one last zippy-doo. And here's the inside. Batwoman and Batman. Oh yeah, I forgot, this is a trading card. A trading card. Best trading card ever. Alrighty, let's just pull her off the bubbly doo and poke these. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. What do we have here? And we got this right here. Okay, now this piece of paper here is supposed to tell you what scene you got, and if it's a rare one or not. But I don't see her on here anywhere, and so I can't tell what mission she has by the accessories that she's got. Cool beans. Okay, hold on. Let's open up Killer Moth next. And then we'll actually review both of them. Here's a trading card. Damian Wayne Robin versus Killer Moth. Yoink off the bubble. Poke the boxes. Is that it? Yep. Here's the piece of paper that comes with Killer Moth, and I don't expect that it's going to tell us anything at all about what mission we're going to get. They couldn't have printed a new card with the new characters that showed us what missions they were going to get. I don't understand. Am I missing something here? Okay, and they're all out. Batwoman and Killer Moth, and here is everything they came with. First, let's look at Batwoman and all of her accessories. Here's the Batwoman figure up close. Not a bad rendition of the character. They got all the basic details correct and in the right place. We don't get to see very many Batwoman figures, so I'm always incredibly welcoming when a company decides to make one for us. In the list of Bat heroes, she is not at the top of that list, that's for sure. But if you're a Batman fan like me, you're always happy to see her immortalized in action figure form. Not a bad looking face. It's really, really small to get all the paint in the right places, so I'm always really forgiving of smaller figures like this, especially when they come in at such a low price point and they don't claim to be collector's figures.
Get out of it! No, wait, this is Future Brad coming at you to actually let you know that this is probably the worst painted face in the history of all action figure faces that have ever been painted anytime, any place, ever. Upon closer inspection, the figures are so small, it's hard to see with the naked eye sometimes. I thought it was kind of messy, but not like this level of messy. This is a paint disaster.
And in general, I just think that she's a fantastic version of the character. And look, she's got a cloth goods ribbon cape. Never happy with the ribbon capes, if I'm being honest, because they fray along the sides. But that's not a mark against the Batwoman figure, that's actually a mark against Spin Master for using such a crappy material. Let's see what kind of articulation she gets. Well, obviously the big clump of red hair in the back's gonna stop much of the articulation there. She's got the rounded hinges in the arms here, and she's got the single jointed 90-degree elbows that go around 360. Nothing in the wrists. Nothing at all in the torso, and the next points of articulation we get to are those on the groin. She's got the ball joints, she's got thigh swivels there, and she's got 90-degree knee articulation that also rotates. And that's it. That's really all any of these figures have. Here's Batwoman with the two red ninja scythe things. Dun, dun. Here she is with the ginormous grapple gun. This thing is really big, as all the weapons are for these figures. And here she is with the two gigantic oven mitt back gauntlets. I love how you have to actually hold on to these. I think they have handles. That never gets old. But hey, you gotta appreciate the fact that Spin Master tries to give their figures a lot of accessories. As for comparisons, I really don't have that many to compare her to. I've got the DC Multiverse Batwoman, which in my opinion is probably the best. And I've got the odd, wonky DC Direct version. And now we look at Killer Moth, a figure that, much like Batwoman, doesn't see very many releases. There was a DC Universe Classics one that came out, and you'll see him a little bit later in the video if you don't know what I'm talking about. But Killer Moth is a character that, because he's not exactly a very popular Bat villain, he just doesn't see very many releases. Unless you're someone who knows who the character is, he ain't exactly gonna fly off the pegs like hotcakes. But as far as Killer Moth figures go, I suppose he's alright. You know how it is. Spin Master does a pretty good job of keeping to the overall comic book appearance of the characters that they're making. I love his wings. His wings do kind of move around. I'm pretty sure that's right way up. That looks like right way up and not upside down. Like, yeah, that's definitely upside down. So that's definitely right side up. They've done a fantastic job. The paint apps are neat enough. It's got enough sculpted detail to keep me happy. Face looks good. No complaints there. For a kid's toy, they've done a pretty good job with this guy. Here he is with this big, bright, blue, happy-looking briefcase stuffed full with dollar bills popping out the sides. And here he is with a Batarang. Why does he come with a Batarang? Here's a closer look at Killer Moth's what I can only presume is a cocoon gun. I made fun of it calling it a Nerf machine gun before, but Killer Moth actually has a gun that he uses that shoots, he cocoons people up, and they're all like... As for comparisons, there can be only one, because... well, I only have one. That's that DC Universe Classics version I was telling you about at the beginning of the video. And just for reference, here is this Killer Moth's cocoon gun. All in all, I can say that I think that these are two fantastic little renditions of Batwoman and Killer Moth, especially for the price point. So to Spin Master, kudos for making an action figure line based on DC characters that we know and love that we're going to want to buy for ourselves and or for our children. Even though, yes, these are definitely marketed towards children, we all know that we're the ones buying them and keeping them and adding them to our collection. Anyway, super friends, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I certainly enjoyed making it, and I will see you next time with the next one. Have a DC day, everybody, and take care.